Welcome to Holy Heroes Jesse Tree, December 9th, Joseph, son of Jacob.
Hi, I'm Trey, one of your guides. Yesterday we talked about how Jacob stole Isaac's blessing from his brother Esau, and then ran away because Esau wanted to kill him. Jacob went to his uncle Laban and worked for him, and eventually got married.
Jacob had 12 sons, but his favorite son was Joseph. Now, Jacob loved Joseph more than any other of his children, because Joseph was the son of his old age, and Jacob made Joseph a long robe with sleeves. But when Joseph's brothers saw that their father loved Joseph more than any of them, they hated him and could not speak peaceably with him. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to see his brothers in the fields. They saw Joseph far off, and before he came near to them, they conspired against him to kill him. They said to one another, "Come now, let us throw him into one of these pits, and we shall say that a wild beast has devoured him."
Just then some Ishmaelites came by, and the brothers decided to sell Joseph as a slave instead of killing him.
So Joseph was sold to an Egyptian, who was so pleased that Joseph worked so hard that Joseph was put in charge of the whole household. But the Egyptian's wife told terrible lies about Joseph, so Joseph was put into prison.
Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, was angry with two of his officers, the chief butler and the chief baker, and he put them in prison where Joseph was confined. And one night they both dreamed. When Joseph came to them in the morning, they said to him, "We have had dreams, and there is no one to interpret them." And Joseph said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell them to me, I pray you."
Joseph told the Pharaoh's baker and butler what the dreams meant. Everything that he said would happen did. One day the Pharaoh had a dream that he didn't understand. The Pharaoh heard about Joseph and commanded Joseph to be brought to him so Joseph could explain his dream.
Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Behold, in my dream I was standing on the banks of the Nile, and 7 cows, fat and sleek, came up out of the Nile, and 7 other cows came up after them, poor and very gaunt and thin, such as I have never seen in all the land of Egypt. And the thin and gaunt cows ate up the first 7 fat cows." Then Joseph said to Pharaoh, "The 7 good cows are 7 years. The 7 lean and gaunt cows that came up after them are 7 years as well. There will come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt. But after that, there will arise 7 years of famine."
Pharaoh put Joseph in charge of saving up food for the famine. After 7 years, the famine came, but the Egyptians had enough food to eat. People from other countries came to Egypt to buy grain. Joseph's brothers, who had sold Joseph into slavery, came too. Benjamin, Joseph's youngest brother, came with them.
At first, Joseph did not tell his brothers that he was their long-lost brother. But after a while, he told them who he was. So Joseph said to his brothers, "I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. And now, do not be distressed nor angry with yourselves because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to keep alive for you many survivors. Make haste, go up to my father and say to him, 'Thus says your son Joseph, God has made me Lord of all Egypt. You shall dwell in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, you and your children and your children's children, and your flocks, your herds, and all that you have, and there I will provide for you.'"
If Joseph hadn't been sold as a slave and put in jail, he wouldn't have a chance to explain Pharaoh's dream and foretold the famine. If he hadn't foretold the famine, Jacob and all of his sons would have died.
So because Joseph forgave his brothers, all the Jews could come and live in Egypt and they would not starve. So in the end, God made everything turn out okay. Today's ornament is a coat of many colors, just like the one that Joseph had. Bye!
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to go to holyheroes.com/JessieTree to download your free companion Jessie Tree ornaments.